Hey guys, I'm Sean Hammond with PremierGuitar.com. We're in Anaheim, California at Winter NAMM, and we're talking to Brian from PRS Guitars, Paul Reed-Smith. You guys know him. Brian, you guys have a bunch of new stuff here, but we're going to take a look at three electrics and one acoustic.
Yep.
And right here, it's kind of a big deal for you guys because it's been gone for a while, right? The CE24.
Yeah, CE was gone for a couple years. Originally introduced in 1988 as a affordable way to get a more affordable guitar back when it was still a small company, only building a few models. So it was his introduction into the bolt-on neck world. So it went away a couple years ago, and it's back now. Few refinements. First of all, the 8515 pickups, which are now across the core line, the 5815s and the 8515s are now found in all the guitars. The 58 is what we're going to look at in the next one, more the vintage style. These are Paul's version of like a modern humbucker. It was, had he had the technology and his experience as a builder now, if he could go back to the tone he was going for when he started his company in 1985. That's where the 85, the number comes from. Inspired by the year that he started. 15 means it came out in the year 2015. So a very articulate, modern sounding humbucker, very clear, but still warm, low end. It's a true coil tap. When the coil split is engaged, it is taking some windings from the other coil. So it takes about 10 or 15% of windings from the other coil, so you don't get as dramatic of a volume drop off. Like I'll demonstrate. Here it is as a full humbucker. Single coil. You don't get that really dramatic drop off that you typically would. So the 8515s are found in this guitar. A slightly modified carve to the top, a little more subtle of the violin carve, three-way toggle switch with a coil tap. It's got a nice satin nitro finish on the neck. It's the pattern thin, really comfortable neck profile. So overall, the idea with this guitar is that not only is it for the player looking for bolt-on neck construction who likes the feel of the maple neck, the sound of the maple neck, it's by far the least expensive U.S.-built carved top PRS. The S2 line is great, but you know, anybody looking for a true, like a violin carve maple top U.S.-made PRS, this is a great price point. It's $19.99, so right at $2,000. You know.
Nice. Do you mind if we check out some of the other pickup positions? I think you played just the neck pickup so far, right?
Yeah. So here we go. We'll start off with a coil tap on the bridge. It's nice and spanky, you know. Center position. And I did the neck already. I'll go through the with the humbucking sounds. Here's the neck as a humbucker. Nice and warm, you know, but still airy on the top end. In the center position. In the bridge.
Sounds good, man. So you brought the CE24 back, and you brought another old favorite back too, right? The McCarty?
Correct. So the McCarty has also been reintroduced. So if you're looking for more the vintage appointments, Ted McCarty, who was a mentor to Paul, you know, was around during the golden age of solid body electric guitar design and build. This is a tip to the hat to Ted McCarty. So the reintroduction of this, a few changes compared to the original McCarty model. The aesthetic addition of the binding. This has the 5815s, which were not around then, so like the updated pickups. It also has the Phase 3 locking tuners instead of putting the Clusons on. You know, Clusons look great, but you know, definitely a much more stable, great sounding tuner. And so again, a vintage-inspired pickup. The few other differences between the McCarty and the regular core line. The McCarty is a slightly thicker body. With a custom 22, it comes with a trem only now. So you know, if you're getting the custom 22 or 24, it's trem options. If you want a PRS with a stop tail, 22 fret with a stop tail, this is where you want to look. But same thing. It has the coil tap. 3-way toggle switch. A much brighter bridge pickup.
How would you contrast the sound of these pickups versus the original McCarty pickups? Because the original McCarty was definitely trying to be very vintage, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And how would you contrast that sound versus these new, the 5815s?
I mean, I think they're similar. Paul was really going for a similar thing, you know, all the way through since the 5708s, all his vintage-inspired pickups. He's really been chasing this tone, and a lot of it's through his own experimentations and taking things apart and, you know, putting it back to a way together that Paul always does. I mean, he never really settles. And some technology that he's developed, you know, in scoping things and some of the ways that he's been able to try to figure out. He's I think just honing in on what he's always looked for. So I don't think they're that different than the original McCartys. I just think he's really finally cracked the code and really, you know, kind of hit the nail on the head with what he was going for. So it's similar, I would say. I love the McCarty pickups. I thought they sounded great. These are my favorite humbucking pickups I've ever played, honestly. I'm a huge fan of these pickups. So
let's hear a little bit more.
So here we have with a coil split again, so on the neck. And humbucker. Center position. Split. And then bridge. Humbucker. To me, like on some of these settings, like there's almost like a acoustic quality to it. You know, it's like really airy and open. And you know, again, it's a beefier neck than the CE. Again, it's, you know, for somebody looking for a more vintage style instrument. I've always been a big fan of the McCarty, so I'm glad they're back for sure.
Cool. Now, you have one other electric over here that this finish is pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Should I grab it?
Sure.
All right, so tell us about this. This is the P245?
Yeah, P245 semi-hollow. So the P245 was out at last NAMM. We looked at that one. So now here's a semi-hollow option of that guitar. This is the violet finish, which, yeah, is really wild. You know, all of these...
Tie-dyed.
Yeah, all of these maple top finishes, so many of them are multi-stage. I mean, it takes a lot to get these colors, to stain it. A lot of times there's a light wet sanding and then restaining, and there's a lot to getting these like really 3D finishes. But this really rounds out the piezo-equipped line. You know, there's solid body, 22 fret, 24 fret. You can get the 22 fret and a stop tail. There's, you know, piezo with the trim. You know, you have the full hollow body line, then you have the now semi-hollow with the 24.5-inch scale. So really, whatever your electric guitar preference is, there's now a piezo-equipped option out there on the core line. So, you know, again, similar. This has the 5815s like the McCarty did. Pretty much most of the 22 fret guitars, the vintage inspired guitars, will have these. The 24 fret guitars will have the 8515s in them. So again, just, you know, a nice new option if you're looking for a semi-hollow with acoustic sounds too.
Sweet. How about we take a look at the new is the Angelus SE? So
the SE acoustic models have now, there's the A10, which has been out for a while, which is the all mahogany. The A20E and the A30E are new to this year. So the A20E is a mahogany back spruce top version, and this is the A30, which is a rosewood back spruce top. The A30 also has an ebony bridge and fingerboard, where the other ones have rosewood. So now basically all your tone wood options, if you like an all mahogany guitar, if you like mahogany and spruce or rosewood and spruce, the A10, 20, and 30, you have something to fit whatever palette you like.
And these are all solid?
The solid top and the back and sides are not. But a few of the things that they do all share in common. They all have bone nut and saddle with like Ivoroid bridge pins. Makes a huge difference. And at this price point, it's pretty rare to not just have plastic, you know, bone nut and saddle. They all have the same electronics. Paul designed the electronics and voiced them. The tone control and volume control are right inside the sound hole. The battery is you know, Velcroed right inside in here, so you don't have to cut a giant hole in the side of the guitar for a battery or a preamp. They share the same bracing that the private stock acoustics do. X brace across the top of the guitar, and along the belly is a fan brace that's very similar to what you'd find in like a nylon string.
All right. So a lot of people know out there, people who are PRS fans know that like one of the things that made PRSs famous was that they had a scale that was sort of halfway between the Fender Gibson scale. Is that the case with these Angelus acoustics, or?
The acoustic line is a little different. It's 25.35. It's not quite a 25 and a half, but it's somewhere in between. I'm sure it was chosen for very specific reasons, and probably many prototypes were made at different levels, to find what he was looking for. But 25.35. So all of the guitars in this SE Angelus line, they share a lot of their shape and construction. It's really the body wood choice. The only one that really differs further than that is the Alex Lifeson model, which is a thin line body, has the dowel back inside. It's very similar to Koa. So other than the Alex Lifeson, they share everything about the construction. It's really just tone woods that differ.
So how much is this one going to go for?
This, I believe, is $829. The least expensive, the A10E, is $699. So basically from the $700 to mid $800 range, everything falls right. And then they all come with a really nice heavy-duty case, like a really nice soft-lined case, a nice case for the price point too.
Cool. Why don't we lead out and have you tell everyone where to go to find out more about these guitars and other PRSs, and then play out.
Sure. So obviously, you can check out prsguitars.com to get information. There's tons of product videos, product demo videos, information on the whole product line. Check it out, and of course, check out Premier Guitar. That's probably the best place to get.
Damn right.
Yeah. I've heard good things about some of the. I haven't checked out the new demo of the baritone, but I'm looking.
PRS SE277, is that what it's called?
Yeah,
we just did an awesome video on that. Check it out, John Bollinger. And then you're going to do an awesome video just like John right here, right now, man.
Sounds good. Any requests?